Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools District Championship? Here in the grandest venue we have in Charlotte, I am Charlie. I'm the commissioner of the CMS League. Those who know me in Discord might know me as God King Charlie. Welcome competitors. Welcome spectators, family, friends. What you're about to watch is a first here at Bank of America Stadium and a first at this scale for Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. We're about to watch teams in Rocket League, Valorant, and Super Smash Brothers compete for district supremacy. So we'll be having games going on throughout the night here. You'll be able to watch here behind me and also at televisions to my right and left, okay? And we'll be playing, every game will be streamed at some point during the night. Parents, grandparents, family members, if you're like, I just want to watch my child, grandchild, friend, Boothing's game, you can go to the Panthers Den, which is to my left, and each game will be on an individual screen there if you just want to watch one game at a time. All right? So, without further ado, we're going to show a little video that shows us where we've come from and what we're getting into tonight. Thanks.
This is a big one right here. This could be a possible goal if Rose gets it in. Backing him up, but right off the bat,
Train harder if you want to win, because we're coming for a second ring.
Great where the bouncer is. Rocky River winning off the kickoff. You bet they will. Oh my goodness. They had a chance. 4 seconds. A ricochet.
You don't go off stage. You have got to stay on platform, and Charizard. And they should consider themselves lucky they won.
They keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth?
Make a miracle happen yet again as the spike continues to be defused. They get the exact wrong bag coming from the side of Olympic, and look at this! But enough to kind of scare off the Palisade at all. But they got taken down time and time again. Meanwhile, hold my hand! Popping off with a 3K, make it 4! Gonna be getting a read here out towards the corner, and there it is with the blade storm!
Silent calm, but now the storm's right on. I'm not the one you can't ignore. I never politic. If I want it, I'ma get mine.
Get up and get loud, Charlotte. It's time for the CMS Varsity Esports and Stim League here in Bank of America Stadium. Joined by discounts, my name is Bearlight, and we're going to get in the action momentarily. Like Charlie said, Rocket League, Valorant, and Super Smash Brothers ends tomorrow night.
What more can you ask for? We are finally here, Bank of America Stadium. Let's hear you guys. I want to hear it. Let's be hype all weekend.
Thanks to the mini over here in front of us for getting hyped right off the bat. We love to hear it as well. Exciting times we have, right? Because we started off in Season 1, or Season 0, if you will.
Yep.
The inaugural season, just Rocket League. We have added Valorant and Super Smash Brothers to the mix, and it's been growing like crazy. CMS Esports League blowing up.
Yep. More teams, more players, more games. Let's go. This is what we're talking about.
Well, let's get down to business. We ask that you please rise and remove your caps if you are able, as we honor America with this playing of our national anthem. 8 schools coming through here for a title, by the way, in order to try and win their title for the CMS Varsity Esports and STEM League. And we have quite the night ahead of us tonight, leading into the finale, which we'll see tomorrow as well.
So many great teams. There's some teams that just made it in, some teams that didn't even expect to be here, and they're here, and you know, they're ready to show their gameplay skills and see if they can take one home with their school.
So when you start off with Rocket League here, and obviously the biggest story of the Rocket League realm has to be Independence getting through. The number 11 seed coming into the playoffs, and somehow they found their way through at Discounts.
Number 11 seed upset was just unbelievable. No one really thought Independence was there, but they thought it. They had heart. They fought through last week. If you were watching, had great gameplay, and now they're finding themselves here playing in Bank of America Stadium. How great is that?
It's so incredible. Plus, we've got the number 1 Ardrey Kell back in action, and they're coming in as number 1 yet again. And then you have JT Williams. But this time around, they're on the opposite side of the bracket. They'll have to play into the finals to get that rematch thereafter.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I would love to see that rematch, obviously. Ardrey Kell, you know, they have the target on their backs. They're walking in with a number 1 seed. Last season, they won it all. So, of course, everyone's going for them. But JT Williams, always a team to watch out for. And how great is their support group?
They're so good, so strong. Every single time, it seems like they show up, and we love to see that from each of these teams. We talked about the winner last year in Ardrey Kell. Let's get to know all of our teams here tonight. We begin with the match that starts at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, so that's very soon here, Discounts. And it starts with the number 1 team in all of CMS Esports for Rocket League. It is Ardrey Kell.
Ardrey Kell, just a phenomenal team. Like I said, number 1 seed. What more can you ask for? These are the reigning champs.
And expecting good things. We wish you good luck, Ardrey Kell. Facing off with that Ardrey Kell team is the number 9 seed coming in. It's Rocky River.
Rocky River. Now, this is a new team in this season, so great to have them here. You know, they're trying to, show off their skills here tonight.
And you see ID Faye just talking it up in the Discord.
Absolutely.
We'll see if that continues as well. We wish you good luck, and hopefully he can back that up as well. Good luck to Rocky River. Coming up at 5:30 p.m., we've got the number 2 seed. We just talked about them. They have come around looking for that rematch. It is JT Williams.
Now, that's the support group I'm talking about. I heard the woos in the crowd. I know it's going to get louder as the weekend goes on. This is a great school, great team as well.
I mean, they challenge this number 1 squad all the time. You can expect that matchup to go to 5, but they have to get there first, 1 game at a time. We wish JT Williams good luck in their matches as well. Across the pitch from JT Williams, facing off with the number 2 squad. It's the number 7 squad here at Discounts. We have Garinger.
Yeah, Garinger. How well have they been playing recently? You got Akko leading that team. Ian Warrior coming through and has been picking up his gameplay as well.
100%. You know, that's one of those players that has stepped it up for me, and love to see them continue that as well throughout the playoffs in this LAN environment. We wish Garinger good luck in their matches. And at 6 p.m., we've got the number 4 squad. It's going to be a team that's been under the radar here at Discounts. We have Olympic.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. This team has been flying under the radar, kind of getting overshadowed by South Mech, JT, and, of course, Ardrey Kell. So look out for this squad.
A team that I got to kind of roll through their tryouts to begin, and definitely a team with potential on the rise and can be that sneaky squad that might get past JT Williams in that semifinals matchup. And facing off with the number 4 team, it's the closest matchup we have all day long, on paper at least.
Yep.
It's the number 5 squad. We've got Palisades.
Yeah, and this squad, you know they have heart. They barely got into this by the in-play tournament and, you know, barely got over Filippo Berry, but they're here and they're ready to play.
The smile on their faces, that's confidence coming in. I mean, you're looking for them to advance what they did last season. We'll see if they can do just that, and we wish Palisades good luck in their matches. And the 5:45 match coming up. It's a name we know very well. We've called plenty of times as well. We know Skimmit. He's going to be out here for the number 3 team here. And it is going to be South Mech.
Like you said, I mean, skim it, that's really what you got to say. But the guys around him, amazing. They just feel his confidence.
And, of course, you know, coming up, we talked about it already, that Independence kind of snuck their way into this one. It's the number 11 seed here tonight, which is going up against South Mech. We wish you good luck in your matches, South Mech. You're going to go up against those underdogs. It's the number 11 squad here tonight, Discounts. It is Independence.
This is the school that you definitely got to watch out for, coming through, the underdog team, the number 11 seed, making it here in the playoffs, beat up, you know, Huff in the play-ins to get here.
Yeah, they have been outstanding. I mean, what a game it was. That match was incredible to watch them go to 5. Not only that, but start off strong and then end even stronger. Sometimes you can lose that a little bit, but they were very strong here. We wish them good luck in their matches as well. In Discounts, it's beginning here momentarily. We see Archery Kel warming up. They were the team to beat last season. This season as well. They've come out just as strong, if not maybe even stronger. And Creeper is kind of a part of that. You know, we talk about the Rux-Barris combination all day long, but he's been that good, strong third rotational player coming in and showing what he's made of as well.
They're undefeated. That's all I really got to say. I mean, this is a team that gets the job done each and every week, and I don't think it's going to stop here in the playoffs. These guys are ready to play. Let's see what they got.
And they got to deal with this Rocky River team, who, if Hill Monkey Man was here joining me, which he will be for Valorant, this is a team that he's had his eyes on, not only because of the cool name, the Rocky River Ravens, right? But this team has really showed up. Now, we have to get to it, right? Because, you know, when we talk about ID Faye, and he's smack talking here in the Discord, all friendly stuff, of course, right? But at the same time, talking a big game, this is a LAN environment, Discounts. Talk how different it can be here live, especially in a big venue like Bank of America Stadium.
Honestly, this could play to his benefit. Sometimes you get under people's skin. You see him at a LAN, you get a little nervous, get a little shaky. You're not at home. You're not at your home environment. So this is a little bit different from what these students have been, you know, playing throughout this whole season.
You know, typically I would agree with you, and I do to some degree. But, you know, when we talk about a LAN environment and who they're going up against in round one, it's Archery Kel. They've been here. They've done that, right? They know the environments. They know what they're up against. Even when JT Williams in the semifinals had that big support group that you're talking about all the time, it still seems to me that this Archery Kel team can show up, and they're always even stronger when it comes to this LAN environment.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Will they get nervous? I don't think so. Archery Kel, you know, they got ice in their veins. That's what every time we see them in a LAN, they perform. So, you know, what's going to be different tonight? Maybe nothing. But it might be different. I don't know. Rocky River talking a little bit of smack. I like it.
ID Faye definitely leading the way, and a vocal leader. I mean, that goes a long way as well. You love to have somebody who's vocal, not only against your opponents, right, but also in your own voice chats, right? Trying to get your team amped up, get them to the energy level where they can really bring the heat when it comes to game time. Because, you know, when it's a relatively new environment for you here in this LAN environments, I mean, that might be working against them a little bit, but if you have that confidence, it might overshadow that in a way.
Yeah, I mean, pick it up. Sometimes you got to talk a little bit and have your teammates back you up, and that's how you perform. I mean, that is a good strategy. Let's see if it works out.
And we are just about to start up here. The players are in the lobby testing things now, so we'll get you into the action here momentarily, as I'm excited to crank this up. Can Archery Kel live up to it, right? They want this strong start. For Rocky River, that strong start is almost, you know, crucial for their winning percentage.
Well, I think Rocky River's got to play fast. I mean, you know, Archery Kel is just one of those teams that their rotations are perfect, their communication's on point. But, you know, Rocky River's going to have to get that same vibe going right in the beginning. Game one, we already talked about how good game one is.
Yeah, it's Barris and Rux. They're going to combine on lots of passing. They kind of went away a little bit when we talked about they didn't have to worry about the play-in, but the last week, it seemed like it was Creeper kind of having to carry here. So with that combination in action, you obviously want to utilize all of your strengths, so you have to get to that early. So if you're Rocky River, you're looking to cut off those passes. You're looking to get in the passing lanes and maybe transition the other way and catch Archery Kel, you know, slip in if you can.
Yeah,
very difficult.
Well, you got to think about it. Like you just said, Archery Kel had a bye. So does that actually help or kind of hurt them going into this? They haven't played last week. You know, I mean, Rocky River had a chance to play, had, you know, some warm-up games. So what's your thoughts on that?
So I talked to Ardrew Kell prior to the game because, these players are very vocal, and I know them very well over the course of the couple of seasons that we played, and they're hyped as ever. They're ready. They're confident, but it's a different kind of confident. It's a calm confident coming in. So let's check out the bracket here now as we see where we play into. Like we said, Rocky River facing off with Ardrew Kell. That Olympic and Palisades game is one I'm excited to get to. Sure, it happens in 45 minutes, but, that's one that I'm looking towards because Olympic has been flying under the radar, but Palisades, you can say the same.
I agree. That's definitely the closest one on paper, and especially, like I said, Olympic flying on the radar. I really think that's a team that could be the team to beat this weekend. I know we've been really hyping up Ardrew Kell, but JT Williams the same way. But Olympic, we haven't been talking about much, and I think they like it because they're just like, whoa, discounts, you're blowing my cover. So, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. Olympic again. Maybe they are flying under, but they have to deal with Ardrew Kell in the semifinals to even get to the finals in the first place. Whereas across the way, JT Williams put in enough work. Their only loss was to that Ardrew Kell team. Yep. And you guessed it, 5 games. Every single time. Every single time we talk about those 2 games, that series always goes to 5, always a close one.
Exactly, and that's if they can meet toward the end of the bracket, that'll be crazy. But JT Williams definitely is, just another school that is going to be handling business. But Garinger, Acco's been playing really well. I don't know if any of these teams are just going to be blowing out everybody.
Yeah, and you take a look at that Garinger team, too. Speaking of flying under the radar, they've been doing big things. Ian Warrior, a big part of that as well. Maybe not to the same degree, but they are definitely doing, big things to make a name for themselves. This is not a team that we've ever considered top 5. We said they're always on the verge of that, but they haven't quite gotten to that mark. What brings you into that top 4 conversation?
You just honestly, you act and play like a top 4 team. I feel like a lot of times you kind of get in your own head on where I'm at in the standings. We're 5th, we're 6th, we're not in these top teams. Everyone's starting 0-0 tonight. Let's find out who's got the clutch gene, as we always say. Let's see who actually performs here in the LAN Center.
Yeah, we have multiple games going on. If you were wondering, well, if one game's starting at 5:15 and the next at 5:30, we're going to try to cover as much action as we possibly can. Obviously, we have a lot of matches to get through in this top 8, but we'll do a decent job trying to bounce around, give you the best action, and see which schools are performing, so on and so forth. When we get into tomorrow, though, when we talk about the Saturday, Championship Saturday, then that's when we talk about one game at a time, right? We're going to go through, cover all the action, and see who can make it that far and make it a run for this title. Valorant will be the most interesting in my eyes. This is one of the most popular games coming out here in the world of esports. Not only that, but also a new title here for CMS League. We haven't been able to cover their matches personally, so we'll get a first-hand look at how some of these teams perform. I hear Butler is one to beat at that #1 mark.
I mean, we already had the hype video before, we started this, and just how cool were some of these highlights from Valorant, Smash, and of course Rocket League, and now get to see this here live in the LAN Center and Bank of America Stadium. This is what we're here for.
That's right. Butler will be taking on Myers Park a little bit later as well in the world of Valorant. Smash Brothers going on as well. So Smash Brothers Ultimate here and in action. You won't see much of it covered today, but you will see it tomorrow. So again, stick around. You'll see the semifinals matchups, like we said, for in their entirety. So I'm excited to get in and talk a little bit about Smash. It's been a game that I've always wanted to get into, and now's a chance to dive right in.
Absolutely, and how great these high school players are at Super Smash, at Valorant, and Rocket League. They're showing off their skills in front of their peers, their everybody, their families. You gotta love it.
No doubt about it. So again, Valorant's kicking off. The #2 team, by the way, Ardrew Kell. So they can not only do it in Rocket League, they're #2 in Valorant, also #3 in Super Smash Brothers. So you go down the list, and they got it all. But let's check out the Valorant bracket while we wait as well, like we said. Butler lining up with Myers Park. I'm eyeballing West Charlotte because that was a team dear to me, right? I was able to coach their Rocket League team. They made it through the Valorant side, right, at #10. They upsetted to get here just like we saw Independence in the Rocket League side.
But you see their matchup, who they're going against. Ardrew Kell, we've said this name already, 100 times already before the matches even started. So obviously this school is, a school to watch out for, not only in Rocket League, but Valorant, Super Smash, they can do it all.
And for those of you at home as well, in case you're not getting the full experience, we just got the wall behind us. Bank of America Stadium. Not only that, we've got 2 levels here, 2 different areas. So we have the main stage, right? And then in Panthers Den, we got plenty of matches going on that way too. For those of you who want to follow different games here within the arena, but just the amount of space we're able to take up and just make this experience as a whole. Want to thank all of our partners, sponsors, and of course the Siegler EdTech team for putting this all together too. They've been great.
Absolutely. I mean, I was just watching the Charlotte FC game this past weekend, and now actually being here and watching now, esports go on here, this is awesome.
No doubt about it. We're going to start soon. We're getting the lobby up and running. So when we do that, of course, we want to go through the list of everybody we have for Valorant. So in that bracket, like we mentioned, Olympic, another team that's in every single title because they're number 3 in Valorant. And then you look down the list, number 6. Olympic, lots of love here and representation at Bank of America Stadium.
I'm not going to let you slide. Palisades is here as well in all 3. They're here. They're in Rocket League, Valorant, and Smash 2, so don't leave them out as well.
And a big matchup, too, because, I mean, you look at both Rocket League and quarterfinals there, you have them matched up against one another. It should be a fun one to watch. It's time to get into the game now. As the lobby has been created, discounts, it's time for some Rocket League.
Let's go. I'm not saying it's Wednesday Night Lights, but it's Friday Night Lights. Let's get it.
Friday Night Lights, how familiar. Crank it up. We've got it now. As the 2 teams take the pitch, this will be Ardrey Kell in blue, Rocky River in orange. And we'll see if Ardrey Kell gets that hot start just like I'm expecting here.
Yeah, and Rocky River definitely has to start off hot here today. I mean, you're going up against the number 1 seed, and, it's just one of those tough very unfortunate you got to play that team, but obviously you're going to have to eventually play them either way. So why not just knock them out here in the first round?
No doubt. Right here, you got him a shot, and Barris buries it already. 1-0 in game number 1.
And that's just Bears for you guys. This is something you're going to see time in and time out anytime he takes the field.
And he has been outstanding. So we're working to get the scoreboard updated for you. In the meantime, Ardrey Kell with the 1-0 lead. As pulling back down is ID Faye. So eyeballing a teammate there in the corner, couldn't quite find anything, nothing developing, and Creeper will try to sneak one past. But he'll go through the box and out, try to start with something fresh. For his Ardrey Kell again, they are so quick to the ball in the air.
That's exactly what I was saying, or just looking at, I mean, how fast are they getting to the ball? They are just keeping the ball on the offensive side right here. You see them really not much chance of Rocky River just getting the ball out. They just need to clear it.
Back down the field they'll go. Creeper trying to settle. Just a bit of a battle there, a board battle, as they try and fight for possession here early. Back down the field it'll go. Challenging there in the corner is Rux, but he will be beat to it. This one will fall right down to Barris. He's back out. Now falling back down, Creeper. Chance there to strike from that short side post, but nothing more than that, as a demo will free up some more space for Ardrey Kell to get the next touch, and Rux will throw it off that back wall. He's got the follow-up as well, but a good save there, as they will keep it away for now. And challenging the post, but ID Faye back on it.
Beautiful rotations. You're watching this. As soon as you see one player hit, you're seeing their teammate right behind him hitting, and that's what Ardrey Kell does. But look at this, a shot on. There you go, P. Andy puts one up here for Rocky River's first point of the series.
And they were ready for this, right? 1-1 match as Andy just tosses it. And Rux, although he was diving for it, couldn't quite find that save. And suddenly you see that they're inching back a little bit. As now it's Rux off the kickoff there, but it looked like for a second Rocky River was just kind of drawing that up. But lose it back, gain possession, start from there.
Yeah, and here we go, Ardrey Kell. Looks like they haven't missed a beat, and that was almost a goal right there. Let's see if the follow comes through. There's Creeper trying to keep it on their side. But good clear there by Rocky River, doing a great job on sticking with this Ardrey Kell team.
They certainly are. And there's a chance as well. The save. Oh, the follow-up is there too. P. Andy able to get them out of harm's way. It looked like there was no chance that he was going to get to that.
Yeah, that was way too close for comfort. As you see, that could have been a very deciding factor right here in this series, or at least this game 1.
Back to it.
We always talk about how important game 1 is, though, but especially for Rocky River, how important is this game, Bear?
Oh, it's absolutely important, as we did get that updated for you here. The score bug ready to go now in transition. We see a ceiling attempt there, but just going to leave it for a teammate that's wide open.
It's open. It's
a chance,
open.
Rocky River. They win the race, and IDFA the one to put it through. There's that confidence.
Hey, he was the one that was talking. It looks like he's backing up here already in game one. He's here. He's hyping up his teammates. Rocky River's here and already taking the lead against the #1 seed here in game one.
All right, Archery Kel, we've seen you answer back plenty of times, but that should be a wake-up call in my eyes. We'll see if they can get back to it. As IDFA right there off the kickoff again, Rocky River with pure intention from start to finish. When the kickoff starts you off here in a series, they continue with it. That being said, Archery Kel able to even it too.
Yeah, let's see what happened here. I'm not really sure on this one, as you see the ball get off the top and it's going to go right through the back. So, yeah, tie ball game here. Audrey Kell answers back. 2 minutes remaining, which is plenty of time here in Rocket League, as we know.
Oh, yeah, so much can happen, especially in this environment early. You got to calm the nerves a little bit, relax. It's just like playing at home. The difference is there's just, 200 people watching you. No big deal.
No
right?
big deal. We'll see if these guys have the ice in the veins like we were talking about, because right now Rocky River is the team that I'm actually highlighting right now. I'm very impressed right now. So let's see if Rocky River can keep it up for this minute, 43 seconds remaining, and stick it to them. Maybe they can get a win here early on.
Barris handles business from the back wall. He was eyeballing Rux all the way. IDFA couldn't get to it, but he has some support all the way back. It's Barris. Tried to launch one to the top of the box, but there was no real intended target, so Rocky River allowed to relieve some pressure. But it's been basically Archery Kel for the past minute or so.
Yeah. And there you go again, and that's Barris. But great play. IDFA came to play today. I know he was talking trash, but he's backing it up.
And he's in the corner now. Beat to it by Barris, but he couldn't get a touch. It's already up for the Rocky River far side post. Couldn't find it. And a creeper right back out to it. Bit of comm issues there. As you saw, they took a minute to decide who was going to go for it. This will still fall to the Bucks. Off the crossbar and out. Rocky River are going to survive to see another minute.
Yeah, but it's coming right back toward goal, and there you go. You have it. Rux puts it in here to give Audrey Kell the lead in game one.
There it is. I mean, Rux launched it himself earlier. Got that read, too. That's a difficult read to get, to be honest. A little bit more difficult than you would seem at first glance.
Rocky River's going to have to dig deep. 48 seconds remaining here in game one of this best of three, and you know they want it bad.
Best of five.
Yep. Apologize.
All good. We're back on it, though. Barris, another one. They came alive. They have 3 straight now in goals, and they're up 4-2 in this game number 1. They came alive. They came ready. Rocky River threw a curveball at them early, but they've been settling down, and they're back in the batter's box ready to go.
So this is where the experience comes in when you play at LANs. I feel like Audrey Kell right now did not panic. They had a minute left. Now they're getting a couple goals, getting that insurance goal now. Let's see if Rocky River is going to be able to answer back with these next 30 seconds, because they're going to have to put one in right now.
And they're playing with speed. It's not like they're not, matching up to the speed level of Audrey Kell. The problem is it's just been more grade A chances from Audrey Kell. They're passing. It's just a little bit stronger. When you have that and you're clicking, then suddenly it feels unsurmountable from the Rocky River perspective, as time will tick down here in this game number 1. So fall to the box. Creeper does enough to keep it away. Audrey Kell will take game number 1. Perhaps another goal as well. It'll count off that last man back. And Audrey Kell with a game 1 win.
An extra one in the books there for Audrey Kell as you're watching this one again. But yeah, I mean, this game was a little bit closer at the beginning of the game. Audrey Kell did, start taking off toward the end. What do you think in game 2? What's going to come here?
I think it's just an Audrey Kell, calming moment. They woke up over time. Love that Rocky River came out to play, right? They got 2 straight as well. I mean, they were down 1 to kick it off. You're like, oh, here we go again. Right? At least that's what I was thinking. Audrey Kell, they come out, they get that first goal. You're thinking Rocky River, they might be done for early. They got those couple in a row. So, yeah, the last 2 minutes or so didn't feel like the game that they wanted to play. I think they will challenge them a little bit in game number 2, but Audrey Kell, I mean, they have every shot to finish out even stronger.
Well, they had the shots. You saw it. 13 shots to 3. Rocky River needs to get those shots going in. Now, I will say they were making their shots count a little bit more, but the more you shoot, eventually you're going to score, right? So, Audrey Audrey Kell's definitely doing their part on putting shots downrange.
Yeah, when the rotation got on points, it was just constant pressure, right? And if you're going to face that against a team that can shoot, against a team that can pass the ball as well, move it around horizontally, vertically, doesn't matter. That's so difficult to go up against. We'll see if they get it figured out here as we head into game number 2. And Rux goes high with this one, try to tap down for a waterfall. It's still
up there. It's still up there. Get that out of there as Rocky River's going to make that clear. But right back at it, Creeper with the shot.
Rux holds. We'll just play it backwards, just like you see in traditional football.
Sometimes you got to set up the play, get ready, and you already know this Audrey Kell team is very patient when it comes to that. Let's set up a play, let's make it happen, and but when I say patiently, I'm not saying they're playing slow. They are setting up plays and you know, obviously playing upbeat.
Yeah, and they'll change that speed too. They have variety in their gameplay. It's what makes them so difficult to read.
Absolutely.
And, you know, JT Williams does a good job. Their creativity comes in handy because they're able to counter that. Now, can Rocky River get to it? Their defense has been holding on so far in this game number 2, but it's been a lot of the same. It's been a lot of Audrey Kell taking shots, right? Finding ways through the Rocky River defense. The only difference is they haven't scored yet, so for Rocky River, you take that as a positive, right? We're still in this, and in 3:50 left, hopefully we'll get the first one.
Yeah, Rocky River's defense is honestly playing so well. I mean, you saw, like I said, 13 shots downrange, and only like I guess 5 went in, but 4 technically, right? And it was just unreal how they're putting that many shots down, but Rocky River able to just make it clear, you know, get able to get this thing out.
There's a bump on the back line. Audrey Kell opens up the shot. Good save from P. Andy, who's had a couple of big saves early.
Yeah, another one. They're just saving every shot I feel like Audrey Kell has put their way, but there's plenty of them, as that was their opportunity. Audrey Kell just missing, trying to hit this one back, but Rug's doing a good job on getting that clear, and now they're on offense.
Oh, but I like what they're doing, right? They're challenging the box, right? They're making Audrey Kell make big saves. Before, those 3 shots that we saw, also methodical too, as another one will go on target here. The follow-up there, Ox able to get across. What a play. His recovery speed unmatched.
ID Faye is playing really well, but somehow that got through. Barris gets a goal right here in game 2 to go ahead.
And he just sat patiently, is the word, yet again. Went across the Barris. It's a passing play. It's definitely not the prettiest we've ever seen AK, you know, shoot through. But it found its way through anyway.
That
so
threaded the needle. I mean, honestly, that was unbelievable. And off the break-off, let's see if it's going to go in. That's Barris once again.
And it drawn up. I was talking about Rocky River and their explosiveness off the kickoffs, their plans off the kickoffs. That one just eluded Perk. Looked like they were trying to kill it there at mid, and it just worked its way back into their own net.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those double-edged swords where, you know, those kickoff goals are just either help you so much or they can really just deflate you and your squad. But look at this play. Barris trying to get a hat trick here in game 2.
He's back on it again. Didn't have as much control as you'd like there, so Perk able to launch it the length of the pitch as Creeper now finds Barris. We'll try to tap it back down for Rux. It looked like Creeper took over for that one instead, though. If there's one thing that I could point out about Audrey Kell that I'd like to see improve throughout the weekend, it would have to be that communication. There are just some times where it seems just a little bit off, and that's going to hurt you when you go up against a team like JT Williams or a team like Olympic.
Absolutely. I mean, it could be game, you know, Series 1 jitters, right?
Yeah.
But you definitely can't really afford that because you do lose a series and it's over.
That's right. There's a shot as well off the crossbar. Audrey Kell trying to make it a 3-0 lead and really take away with this one. But the fact that it's still hanging around, good sign. That shot fought off a little bit there by a defender from Audrey Kell. That one shielded, though, to keep inside the Rocky River offensive zone, but it was only temporary as the next man up couldn't quite get a connection.
Yeah, I was going to give credit to Rocky River here in the last 30 seconds, doing a really good job of actually keeping the ball on offense, keeping the ball on the other side, on Audrey Kell's side. But now, and they're doing that again. Once again, they're trying to have the shot right there, but it's going to be saved by no other than Barris.
Yeah, just an easy save that typically would elude some of the defenses here in the CMS Esports League. So great job to kind of hang with it and make that save, and Audrey Kell looking to get back to work. It's Rocky River instead. They'll play it off corner, but Rux with a good read. He'll send it all the way back down to a minute 8 here, discounts. And Audrey Kell, I mean, those weren't exactly their most pretty goals, and yet they still find ways to win games.
Absolutely. And you see it. You see how they do it, too. I mean, just Rocky River can't score. The game 2, they cannot score. I mean, you see how well, Barris is playing on defense, offense. He's doing it all. You see 400 score, 2 goals already.
IDFA back on it, though. He'll try to get the 50-50, and a bit of a mishap there, but Barris able to recover with ease. He'll grab the 100 boost in process as Perk beat to it by Rux. He'll try to clear the zone. I mean, Ardrey Kell, we're not used to them kind of holding back on their heels and just trying to stay alive. We're used to this team playing with the lead, playing aggressively, play the way that got you into this 2-goal lead to begin with.
Yeah, this is definitely a different look when it comes to tonight compared to this whole season. Like you said, usually they don't let off of the gas the whole series, putting up eight goals just about. Now, a little different.
Yeah. First series, though, I mean, at the same time, it's not how you get it done. It's the fact that you are almost about to.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it in any ways. But that will be a 2-0 lead here in the series for Ardrey Kell. As they continue their dominance here, it's not as dominant as maybe we thought, but Rocky River, again, one of those teams that we said they might be a little bit more dangerous than we thought at first glance.
Yeah, and you're seeing those shot totals still. I mean, averaging 13, 14 shots downrange for Ardrey Kell. Rocky River did pick it up, got a little bit more shots on this game too, but they're going to need a lot more.
Need a little bit of help for sure. You gotta look towards your leader, right? It's got to be IDFA stepping up, making a big play, right? We know his mechanics are there. We know that he can be effective in the air. The problem is you get shut down constantly by Rux, Barris, because they're in your face before you can get things going. You got to free up some space for IDFA.
I think that's what's been happening. IDFA has been all over the pitch, and you've seen him. He's the first one to the ball just about for every time for Rocky River. But they got Barris on the other squad, so it's getting tough. Obviously, you're playing, one-on-one kind of situations, and Barris is a little bit too fast.
It was so odd, in game number 1 we're saying, wait, where's Ardrey Kell? Right, Rocky River got that 2-1 lead. Since then, they've held Rocky River to basically no goals. In fact, no goals in the past 7 minutes, 30 seconds for this squad. So they're looking to get out here, find some offense. It's been difficult right now, but Ardrey Kell, their chance to close out here in 3.
Yeah, if you're Rocky River, backs against the walls, but hey, this is what you live for. This is what you want to do and beat this number 1 seed, as that was a great play by Creeper. Watch this. Rocky River expecting them to go high. Barris with the shot. It gets deflected, but Creeper keeps it down low. Watch this.
Yeah, just great decision-making there, number 1. I would like to see, more intention on the pass there from IDFA, as well as he just kind of loosely tossed it out. And I know it's difficult, but they keep going, working into something else. So keep an eye on this game here. But after this game coming up, we'll work over to a few of the other games going on. I know we got the JT Williams-Garinger game going on right now.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely curious to see how well JT Williams is doing here in their first round.
Keep eyes on that. Keep you up to date. That one's launched back out by IDFA. And Barris just fed him. Right back at him. Now Rocky River the chance to play some offense from a rare mistake there in a touch, but he's right back at it, launching it towards P. Andy, as he'll have to have some help. A miss from Creeper, though. IDFA back on it. Tried to carry around Barris, who will just tap it backwards. And again, just great recognition on where they are on the pitch. It's Rux back out. The floater will find its way through. Ardrey Kell up 2-0 in this game.
That was a beautiful play. Let's watch this one again as Rux goes up, but gets all of it. But just a nice floater dropping in from midfield.
3 minutes, 50 seconds. You got to dig deep, Rocky River. You showed up. You were able to get a couple of goals early. Haven't heard from you since. And Barris, another one lasered. Oh, my. How do you defend a shot like that?
Ardrey Kell is heating up. That's all I'm going to say. I think they're feeling it now, Bear.
No doubt. 3-0 here in this game. 2-0 in the series. Looking for that sweep. And Rocky River, do or die. Right? You have your best of 5 chance. They were able to heroically work their way into this with an upset of their own, so we'll see if they continue that here.
Yeah, right now, I mean, you see them trying to get something going, but every time they get about midfield, that's whenever Ardrey Kell just cuts them off. And here's another goal opportunity.
Oh.
Creeper's not going to be able to hit that one. Right off the cross.
A Perk on it. Trying to challenge. P. Andy couldn't connect. This one falls back down. IDFA, he'll have his shot. It's Perk, rather. Now sends himself and was able to get a dunk there, but it goes just over to the corner. So no harm done. Ardrey Kell on it yet again. Good quick step back down from Barris as Creeper now another chance, but goes high. And now back down the field in transition. Perk has a chance to catch it, but Barris's recovery speed is incredible. As he used this supersonic there. He was he had the last of his boost, used it, and was able to get across in a quick fashion.
And that's exactly what I was highlighting before this game. How fast Barris is playing, you know, compared to everyone else even on this pitch. I mean, he's there anytime. You don't even think he has a possible opportunity, but he's there. It's Barris.
Oh, almost got it. Was Rocky River. As that was so close. Perk back on it as well. And Piandy now trying to get to it. It's Creeper. Good passing play again, just off that far side post. And IDFA in transition does get one on the board. And that was well needed. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Now, let's see if they can use that momentum in their favor, carry that over here in the next couple goals they're going to need.
That one just launched the, kind of slept a little bit there on the RGL defensive side. And I guess you can let one go, right? But you don't want to make it a habit, right? You got to get here, stay focused, stay sharp. Because, you know, even in these environments, once momentum swings one way, it can go pretty heavy. And that's a good read to make a statement piece here for Rux. We'll chip it to center. He's got a man. That one almost made it way, but it's going to be that far side post he hits instead.
Yeah, and just great job IDFA cutting that off because they tried with that counter, and they're here on the offensive side again. It's going to have an opportunity, but great clear by Rocky River. Let's see if they can get their offense going here.
Using the sidewall to propel it forward was Archery Kell, but it goes right back to Rocky River's side instead. It's IDFA, unfortunately, a miss right there. Launched off a couple of defenders. This one up for Rux. The shot again. A good defense there. Keeping it alive now with this big save. And now holds on to it. And we'll play it here to the corner, but Barris going to beat him here as well. And just keep it in the offensive zone. That's all you have to do.
Right now, Audrey Kell's doing a great job just killing time, right? I mean, they got a minute left. Rocky River needs to get a point going for them to just have a shot right here in this last minute.
Got to commit, right? Right now is the time to step up. I know you got a minute 7, but you haven't scored a whole lot, right? You have 3 goals in the series, so you need to find a way, commit, right? Get all 3 of your players on the offensive side. Get somebody out in front, find a bump. Create something now is your chance. Otherwise, RGL will walk away with this one as they continue to just play keep away. It looks like monkey in the middle at this point.
Absolutely. You see Barris just keeping that ball up and, you know, just kind of passing back and forth between teammates. But here you go. Rocky River now on the offensive side. But Creeper doing a great job getting that ball out. But Barris missed one on that.
That shot's taken. Rux all over it. He goes to the ceiling to read that one. Good play there. And the speed launching it forward is Barris. This one will fall all the way back down to Creeper. Chip and chase. Make Rocky River. Just commit. Overcommit sometimes. Perk down the pitch, though. Over the IDFA. The shot going to go a little bit wide. And that might have been their last good chance here as Archery Kell will transition back down. It was a Creeper. The follow-up off the post. They'll jam it down. They've killed enough time. Archery Kell has swept Rocky River and will be moving on to the semifinals.
My hands are on my head right now, Bear, and it's because, I mean, that shot would have been huge if Rocky River could have got that one to fall. I mean, they would have been down by 1. I mean, not much time left, but they would have been a lot closer.
So we got to see the #1 team in Archery Kell, but it's time to send it over to the #2 team now as JT Williams battling Garinger. We'll get you the details on the series score and all of that, but that one began just a little bit ago. A sneak peek at JT Williams up 1-0 in this series, but Garinger now just put one in. It's Ian Warrior to make it 2-1 Garinger.
Yeah, and that's a guy who we've been highlighting as of recent, right? You know, he's been your guy basically. Just, I haven't seen anything from Ian Warrior, and then he starts popping off out of nowhere, right? He is here. He's been helping out his squad. Garinger, obviously, you got Acco. So, you know, this is a tough squad to beat right now. They look like they're doing pretty all right, you know?
Yeah, they have that offensive power. We definitely know that about them. Acco has been stepping up in all sorts of ways. Now, Expert Jeff, not sure if that's a new name here for Garinger. Would love the details on that. We will check and see. As right now, Ian will pull back down. This will be Snore, gets a couple of touches. Back on it is Acco, who will beat Grassy. He's having to backtrack as well. And it seems like from what we've seen in the brief time we've been here, in the 20 seconds that we've seen, is when JT Williams falling back in order to try and create plays. Instead, Garinger's the one creating chances.
Yeah, and you're seeing it now. I mean, Garinger's doing a great job cutting off everything. JT, though, doing the same. I mean, this is the back end. This is your tennis match we've been talking about.
No doubt. Just play it Long wide. We'd love to see the transitional plays, though, right? Just to go back and forth between them. It's definitely a fun one to watch. It requires speed. It requires precision, right? The passing plays have to be on point. Otherwise, if you lose it, you'll see games get out of hand. And right now, you can tell it's going to be a close battle just based on the way that it has been so close. And for Garinger, this would be a shocker, right? For them to take a game off of JT Williams. They're expected to come in here and perhaps sweep. So, I mean, Garinger definitely doing things right.
Yeah, Garinger coming in as the number 7 seed, you know, going up against JT Williams, which has been a favorite. So this is a tough one for Garinger, but it's been a great job, you know, playing through.
Now it's Grassy. Back down expert. We'll send it back to Akko. Again, that back passing we saw a little bit from Ardry Kell. And we'll try to settle, but Grassy looking to send this forward. Backwards was Shep, but he got it out. Excellent play there mechanically. And this one will play all the way back down to the JT Williams end.
Yeah, this is their shot right here. JT, 9 seconds remaining. This is their opportunity. There's your shot. And it's going to be going in. That's Grassy with the clutch shot right here to tie this game 2 up.
Man, that is something else. And passing down, we talk about Ardry Kell all the time. That threaded the needle. I mean, Garinger was still there defensively, but what a clutch goal. The clutch gene, as you have named
He's got
with 5 seconds left. Incredible play.
Absolutely clutch gene, but hey, you can't really say it's a clutch until they can secure this win. So we are, well, once the ball hits the ground, we will be going overtime, but will it? Will it?
Oh my, that one was close. Nutella wants it, but he won't have the support he needs. It will hit the ground here. We have overtime. So all that work Garinger put in, and you're ahead against this JT Williams side. That went away with 5 seconds left. Can they get it back here?
Man.
You saw Akko try to grab Nutella on the back wall and create that space across the box.
You already know that. I mean, this is JT Williams. This is a team that loves comebacks. You want to count JT Williams out? I think, again, if you've seen season 0, last season, this was the comeback squad. Anytime you thought they were out of it, they came back and handled business.
Oh, Akko almost made you eat your words there.
Caster Curse starting early tonight.
We'll jump on it, and often, apparently. As this will be Akko back to challenge Grassy. Great timing there. We'll send it all the way across from left to right. Snore right back on it himself. That'll bounce corner. Akko couldn't read it. Now it's in the box. A chance for JT Williams, but it's Jeff right back to Akko. And somehow, Garinger got away with that.
Yeah, that should have been a goal in my opinion. I really was thinking that was going to be it, but we play on. Minute into overtime.
Yeah, Nutella's been a big reason why this team has been so successful for the past couple of seasons. We can say that now.
Yep.
As Nutella, I mean, that's a bad bouncer for Garinger. Didn't mean to make that touch, but it doesn't matter. JT Williams back on it. Now this box challenged, but Akko right back out. Snore looked to settle. Dangerous play there atop the box as Akko was on it as well. Now Jeff was tapping down, but no intended target with that pass. And Garinger now going backwards at Demo, but now Nutella, he'll have to backtrack as well.
Yeah, 1:30 already in overtime, and it looks like it's going to go toward Garinger's way. Akko just playing it through, seeing if he can hold it, and he does. That's a setup, but able to get through. For JT Williams, able to clear that ball out.
And Akko will look to kind of settle things. He was taking a little bit of a long time, but he had comms there from his teammates to support, say, hey, you've got a little bit more time. He almost took too much, but he's still on it. Ian couldn't connect. We'll leave it here for Expert. Snore will let Grassy take this one. Nutella right behind him. You know he's going to be eyeballing that pass. Or is he? This solo play is available. He'll try to take it there. They couldn't quite find the back of the net as this Garinger defense continues to be pounced, but they're doing a good job to handle it when it happens.
Yeah, great clear there by Garinger, but Snore, he's there. He's saying, nah, we're going back on offense. And here's the opportunity, and it's going to go in. That's Grassy. Wins it for JT Williams here in game 2.
And that 5-second goal in regulation, or 5 seconds left, that came in handy here for us overtime. And of course, JT Williams gets down to business. Of course, they make the comeback effort there too. And all that work for Garinger in game number 2, that's gotta hurt your chest, saying we had this opportunity. We were ahead for a majority of this game. And I guess you can kind of roll that into game 3,
yes.
Right? We were the better team for a period of time. How do we make that 5 minutes?
You see it. Garinger had 9 shots, but that still wasn't enough. And they actually outshot JT. But JT Williams, I'm just gonna say this. They got the clutch gene.
We'll see if they continue in that fashion. Will they even have to? Because I feel like that momentum killer for Geringer, it's very easy for teams to go away, to disappear in that moment because you've just been invested in a game that perhaps you should have won. But, I mean, I know this Geringer team, too. They're going to keep it close at the very least.
Geringer needs to have a leader step up and just calm his teammates down because it's not over. We got this, right? That's what you got to be basically saying to your teammates. You're going up against a great school. Obviously, they, just had a tough loss. Let's get back on board. New game.
That's it, right? Fresh, clean slate. Let's get back after it. You already know Ardrey Kell's advancing to the semifinals. They must do the same. So JT Williams looking to do just that. So what's got to change, right? Geringer, they looked so great in a couple of minutes there. What's the difference here in this game number 3?
Keep those shots on, but JT Williams, you're going to have to somehow manage them. I mean, they've been really efficient on their shots. What's your thoughts on Geringer somehow able to suppress that?
Well, they have to take into consideration that, for that minute 30 period, you were strong, right? You were able to find, lots of opportunity there when JT Williams, it seemed like they were tripping over one another. And that's not uncommon, to be honest, which is crazy to say about a number 2 team because Grassy and Snort, sometimes they can trip over one another, but when they're clicking, they're clicking. But you can find them at their weak point and definitely exploit it in order to give yourself a few goals that could eventually lead towards the end of the match, and hopefully you close it out this time.
Yeah, see that opportunity and take it because they're not going to have too many opportunities. So whenever you do see it, you're going to have to take it. This is a great, number 2 seed. So definitely don't want to be, letting off the gas, kind of like what we saw here in this past game.
Yeah, I mean, it would be unfortunate to kick off with a couple of sweeps. Obviously, we want to see Geringer in this, but, I mean, if it's rightfully earned, why not? JT Williams, been a strong team. Nutella, been a leader before.
Yep.
We've also seen Nutella kind of, disappear sometimes. That's your real strength in Geringer. When that happens, or if it happens, you have to jump on it instantly. You have to be quicker with your chances here. And like you said, take more shots. You have to.
Got to. And usually you see the more shots, whoever has the team has more shots is the team to win. We didn't see that last game. So, like I said, be efficient with your shots. And, if you're efficient, you're going to win.
No doubt about it. Well, I mean, we kick the show off here with an Ardrey Kell win. They'll be moving on and advancing to the next round, too. We've got Valorant in just a little bit as well. We'll get to meet the teams here in just a bit. So, excited to see that as well. JT Williams looks to close out here, but we'll get some Valorant action going, too, to kind of open things up, because that's something that, I've been excited for. I haven't seen a whole lot out of these teams, but what I have seen is Butler dominating. We'd love to see if they can continue that trend, too.
Absolutely. Want to see Butler, how well they've been playing as a team. I mean, just unreal. But definitely want to watch some Valorant gameplay here because I know how well they've been playing.
No doubt. And, of course, the weekend is not just about esports either. We have the sim portion, too. These kids have made some pretty incredible games, number 1. And for those who created games in Season 0, they're on to create some pretty incredible apps.
Yes.
And as you see there on the bar down on the lower concourse, you'll see some of the apps they created. The fact that you can download those today is some of the coolest things I think I've ever seen.
I know. We were walking before this even started, walking around, and you were like, wait, you can actually scan and use these apps or games and play. So, yeah, go downstairs and test them out.
Which I'm trying to think back on which ones really caught my attention there as far as games go. You have the chess battle, right, on the platform games, right? Reminded me a little bit of Smash, but with the part that I'm not good at, which is the chess part.
The strategy part.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just a no-brain Rocket League kid, right?
Man.
That's who I am at my very heart. So
You'd probably beat me in chess, though.
I don't think
I'm
so.
talking a big game right now.
I
but
think I may
reality.
have won 1 or 2 games of chess in my life, but
So I have a chance.
you got a shot. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we're going to play after this.
Probably in the corner somewhere saying, I can beat both of you in my sleep. That's fine. We shall get to meet him as well in just a bit, too. About to get this game going. It'll be game number 3 here as they head back in. Again, Rocket League on the other side. South Mech facing off with Independence. Should be pretty easy for Skimmett, right?
You would think. Independence has heart. This is a team that you didn't expect them to be here, right? And they're here. That just proves that they're just playing above and beyond here recently in playoffs. Hey, why not beat South Mech?
I mean, it's an opportunity for another upset, right? I mean, it could be worse. They could be playing into an Ardrey Kell team who's obviously, they got it down easy.
Yeah.
Not saying that South Mech doesn't, right? Because Skimmett is absolutely outstanding, but you have to, continue that trend. You can't just play by yourself. He's gotten a lot of help with C. Hercules. I know he's done a lot. Peyton, a part of that squad too for South Mech. So he's gotten a little bit of support here. He's going to need a lot more because those are two names we didn't see at LAN last season. Could be a factor.
Yeah, well, and another thing, Independence is also a new team in the Season 1. So this is kind of new to them, right? This is the first LAN here when it comes to playoffs. Same thing with Rocky River. But if they can do what Rocky River did in Game 1 where they kind of started off hot, if they can do that against South Mech, they have a shot.
No doubt. Well, you said that you got to experience, obviously, a Charlotte FC game. I assume that's not your first time here at Bank of America Stadium either.
Absolutely not.
So what is it about this stadium that's so special in your eyes?
Oh, I mean, the view, first off, right? I mean, you have the skyline in the back and just how I'm born and raised in Carolina, right? So I love all the Panthers, Charlotte FC, all the teams local. It's just great to be here.
No, I mean, you go to one of those Charlotte FC games, and for me, I've never experienced an MLS game. And the way that, Tepper Sports and Entertainment approach this, it's incredible. The fireworks after the game,
right.
And maybe that was a Saturday thing, but the experience was unreal, unbelievable. Their support system on the opposite end for Charlotte FC, they're banging the drums, dude, they're going hard. If you haven't played or gone to one of those games, you're missing out.
Absolutely.
I mean, Charlotte FC absolutely lit from the get-go.
Yeah, you see a goal, you have a bunch of smoke going everywhere, everyone's just throwing drinks. It's a great time. It's one of those things where you got to be there to experience it. You can't really get the same, experience watching it on TV.
And a new experience for the Panthers as well, picking up Bryce Young. I don't know how much you know about that, but how you feeling about? Okay, we see how you feel about that pickup now.
Kind of happy.
You should be big. Yeah,
it's kind of a big deal.
Excited to see the Panthers back in action here as well. We're going to go again to the pitch here momentarily, but we're just working on some server issues. Shouldn't be too much longer before we hop there. We're going to hang out in the meantime. I mean,
absolutely.
Discounts. We've been here since Season 0, since the get-go. And what's been the most improved team in your eyes? For me, it's been Garinger. And this team has a chance here. They kind of got to step it up against this team. I know they're favored in JT Williams, but if anybody's improved, not only on the esports side, but on the STEM side, you got to say it's Garinger, right? You have eyes on anybody else?
Well, on the STEM side, most improved, I can't say JT Williams because they've been there, done that. They kill it,
so
right?
Good, yeah.
But when it comes to Rocket League for this season, I'm going to say South Mech because
they got skip it.
They gained one of their, a third of their team. A great player, right? And they're now number 3 seed. I don't think if you thought about it last season, they would have been there. Now they got Skimmit. They're here in the 3 seed. They're ready to roll. I really think that's an improved team over the last season.
No doubt. I mean, we could discuss, what team is going to be the newest team, to come to stage. And for us, Independence got that upset as well. We talk about Rocky River and they're sneaking in. Sure, they got 3-0'd by Erdrick Kell, but who hasn't been over the past couple of seasons? Either way, we move into game number 3. JT Williams a chance to close out. Garinger a chance to show that improvement I've been talking about.
Yeah, and it starts with early goals. This is Garinger. You saw them have the lead last game and kind of just gave it up to JT Williams at the end. They had the clutch gene. They had it, but it's just one of those things. Garinger needs to get an early goal here, in my opinion.
And Nutella, that's a good read from Akko as, Nutella was trying to swing it towards the middle, but that was read right off the bat. We said passing lanes, intercept those is definitely the key to this game, and right now Nutella has been showing, or Akko has been showing that he can cut them off and read them as he sees them. As Ian Warrior now will put in that soft spot. Akko up for it again. Good challenge from 2 members of JT Williams to fight that off.
Yeah, now Grassy has ball going up. He's going to go for a challenge. Ian Warrior is there, able to get that clear. A great job on Garinger's side. And another great challenge by Ian Warrior, just keeping it, going the other way for his squad.
Back down. Grassy on it. We'll sidestep one now. Trying to look for Nutella a little bit too far out in front of him. But he did a good job to fight off the 50-50 there from Akko here at midfield. Grassy now on it. Akko holds. This will be cleared out by Expert. And you can tell Snore was led by Nutella in the comms, was called off that one in order to gain possession because they didn't have to send it back down the pitch. Now they do. Nutella makes it 1-0.
Watch this challenge by Nutella here. I mean, just great play. He hits it off the wall. He anticipates this pass or shot, either way, but great play, goes the other way, and gets JT Williams on the board here in Game 3.
And that's what you didn't want to see from Geringer. He had a little bit of momentum from that game number 2. You wanted to see them bring it in here. JT Williams, with that comeback effort, like I said, it'll be difficult to do, and right now they've been proving just that. Snore now will tap that down. Grassy, he's got the shot there. Echo awkward as well, but Ian will tap it right back down to him. The 1-2 punch to get a good clear there from Geringer, but they're not done yet. Snore back on it. The shot, it's in, bar down. JT Williams up 2-0.
Great play by Snore here. Pops it up to himself and had very fast reaction time to get that over, Geringer's squad. So that was a great play by Snore and gives them a 2-0 lead here in Game 3.
Seems so familiar, right? It seems just like the Ardrey Kell series against Rocky River that we just saw. Where there's moments where Rocky River was hot, but there was also times when the better team had taken over, and right now JT Williams looking to prove that they are that. 2-0 and Geringer chasing the game just like we saw from Rocky River. Can they make a difference here? Because in my eyes, Geringer has a few more playmakers, right? They've got Echo. They've got Ian Warrior who can pop out in time. So if anybody had a better chance, at least in my eyes, currently it would be Geringer to do that. You just got to start here and now.
Right now, I mean, your playmakers have to be making plays instantly because 2 minutes remaining. You've seen JT Williams, how well they can just kill time and even add on. But watch this as Grassy adds on for JT Williams, putting them ahead 3-0.
And at first you're like, Nutella, what is that touch? Why are you going sideways with it? Until you saw that his vision was actually looking towards Grassy, who was down there at the midfield to launch that one from midfield and into the back of the net of Geringer to make it 3-0. So why question Nutella when he can do special plays like that?
Absolutely. I mean, this whole squad is so talented, but I mean, Geringer is as well, but JT Williams just handling business here in Game 3.
No doubt. Back on it now. That's the challenge there from JT Williams. A bit of a weak challenge from what we've seen at least previously. As Grassy will go up high to try and settle it back down. Did see some danger, so he was rushed up for it. Does a good job to handle it, though. And now is looking at some empty space, but Akka will eventually get to it. And he's up high now for this next challenge. Good air drag there. That's good air car control to send it the length of the pitch. But it seems like they're being held to the outside, right? Everything goes to the wall, right? Nothing going to penetrate the box here. And that's got to be the strategy from JT Williams.
Yeah, they're letting him just kind of dribble around. They're making, I mean, like just what you said. They have playmakers. Geringer has playmakers, but JT Williams says, well, they're not going to be able to make any plays if we're back here, right? So that's basically what we're seeing right here as JT Williams is going to keep the foot on the gas and see if they can add on and get a 4th goal here.
Yeah, it should be easy. Tap down. Grassy puts it in. Very routine. Minute 11 left. And JT Williams looking more and more like they've got this sweep on lock as Nutella purposefully put that on the top side of the wall. That way it'll ricochet, waterfall right back down because he knew that only Snore was there in the box to tap that in.
Yeah, and that's just by experience on how many times, how many reps they've seen that ball hit the top of the, the top of the stadium, top of the dome, going in the right direction. These guys just know where this ball is going to be.
Now it's Jeb back on it. Read by Grassy here. And Akko is left just handcuffed. Couldn't do much with it. This one will challenge the box as well. And Snore gets on the board again. He's got 2 goals off at 3 shots here in this one. So, Snore is one of those players. Like, can they be, step up to be a strong third? He's proven right here at Land that he's doing a great job to handle it.
Yeah, JT Williams playing very strong right now.
So just 51 seconds left. This one will roll in, so Geringer at least a little bit of a strong start. But it looks like, after all, it'll be JT Williams likely to close this one out here.
Yeah, I mean, they just handle business. Game 3, I feel like they're starting to warm up. Game 3, they're here now. They're warmed up now.
We got our sneak peek at the Rocket League side already. Remember, the semifinals and finals actions will be here tomorrow, so if you're here to follow Rocket League, don't worry, we got you. We're going to watch those matches as they develop tomorrow. But now it's time for Valorant. And Mr. Discounts, we're about to meet the teams that we'll get to watch here tonight. And we start with the 6 o'clock matchup. Like we mentioned, it is the #1 team here, and they appear in every single title. It is Butler.
Like you said, Butler, just the team to beat here on Valorant. This is the team, like on Audrey Kell for Rocket League, this is the team for Valorant right here. We've got the targets on their back.
And just like we saw on Rocket League, right, we saw a #9 team sneak by. And this team, of course, they're going to have the challenge ahead of them, and it's not going to be easy. But, of course, I'm talking about the #1 team to go up against Butler here. It's #9, Myers Park.
Myers Park, like you said, has a tall task here in their first round, but they made it. They're here, and they're ready to compete.
They've had their moments, right? So we wish them good luck, of course, in their matches as well. Then at 6:15 p.m., so that'll happen in just a little bit, a familiar name that we've been calling, a school that we know very well. Well, we've got the #2 team here in Valorant, which is, of course, I'm talking about the AK themselves. It is Audrey Kell.
They're here on all platforms, or all games, like we said earlier. Here they are.
Ready for action for sure. So we wish Audrey Kell luck in their matches too. Perhaps they can match some of that Rocket League energy for sure, as they are excited to get things cranked up here. They want that chance at Butler, there's no doubt about it. And we wish them luck in their matches. Across the way, it's a team that's not supposed to be here in Valorant, right? This team dug deep, and they don't have a presence in Rocket League or Smash Bros, but this is their time to shine in the game of Valorant. #10, West Charlotte.
The underdogs, you hear them. I love the crowd. You got to love it. The crowd's behind this squad.
They are ready to perform. I mean, the energy in the building when I was visiting West Charlotte during some live in-person tryouts was outstanding. We wish them luck in their matches as well. And we move to the next matchup. These two matchups happening at 7 o'clock p.m. So they'll be happening simultaneously. We'll be walking you in and out of the action of both. But we kick it off with the #4 team here in Valorant. It is East Mech.
Love the grins on their faces. They're ready to be here. They're ready to compete.
I mean, strong team here. #4. And just excited to get back onto the map. Of course, you know, the best of one can be very cutthroat, but this team's always prepared for a challenge, which they will definitely have in this one. But it's going to be a close one because they've got the #5 team across the way. A #4 versus a #5, which you love to see as well. But this team holds a place in my heart. I am, in fact, an alumni of Providence High School. Let's get out here, Providence High!
So what you're saying, Bears, you're not biased with this team,
Not at
right?
all. Yeah, absolutely not.
Love it.
Team from the south side of Charlotte, near the Matthews area. This team is looking fired up here, Discounts. We're excited to see them. Of course, this will be their only presence here. We'll be in the game of Valorant, but that makes it even more special for them.
Absolutely. Holding the #5 seed as well.
We wish them luck in their matches. Like we mentioned, another game happening at 7 o'clock. Both of these teams have already been announced in the Rocket League side, but not only that, they were also facing each other in the Rocket League side as well. Of course, I'm talking about the #3 team first, in Olympic High.
Like you said, in all 3 games, you love it. He's got the support group behind him. They are all rocking. They are all ready. Love it. Thumbs up from the whole team.
We were talking about Archery Cal and JT Williams and their ability to crank things up. This team came prepared as well. We wish them luck in their match and future matches, should they make it that far. But to get there, they'll have to face the number 6 team. And I kind of gave it away. Spoilers, right, as far as who they're facing off with. But we continue nonetheless. It is, of course, number 6, Palisades.
Got the crowd behind him as well. I'm loving the support today already. Friday.
Cranking things up, no doubt. And so, discounts, obviously, we lose you in the process of coming to Valorant. But we did want to kind of give some love to the Rocket League that we saw earlier here today. What had stood out to you as far as this week goes?
I mean, heart, honestly. Just a lot of teams that, you know, didn't think they were going to be here. And they're here and competing and going up against some of the best teams out here in this league. And, you know, just actually competing very well against these squads.
No doubt. And, I mean, a lot of these schools with presence in both. So we're excited to kind of get on with and see some of these matches here. Of course, you know, some of these maps will be great. So it looks like we're going back to some Rocket League action
Let's
here.
go.
Discounts,
That's
we got to
me.
get
That's
it back
me.
up. I thought we were going to lose you for a second. I was so concerned. Let's get back into it. This is Olympic, again, facing off with Palisades, a matchup we just said in the Valorant side. Take a look at Olympic here. Dabin's been around for quite a while, and they're facing off with, like we said, Palisades. A bit of a rivalry between these two schools here, Discounts, to kick things off.
Absolutely. Like you said, they were going to be in the Valorant too. These teams are facing out. This is going to be great. I mean, Rocket League, Valorant, they're doing it both, so big rivalry here.
Yeah, we'll see them in action. We said Olympic, sneaking under the radar has been the theme that we've seen. Now's your time. There's no sneaking in at this point in time. They're going to the pitch now. It'll be game at number 1. Olympic already up 4-1, so putting on a show here early as they have the 4-1 lead here in game number 2.
I think they were going to fly under the radar until we just called them out. So now they're not under the radar. They are right on it. As we see, they're doing well. 4-1 already here, you know, going into game 2.
And the log able to 50-50 this one back out. You're down 4-1 here. You're down 1 in the series. It's going to be a tough pill to swallow here to bounce back from. But I think they have a lot of talent. I think they have a lot of potential here. It just hasn't been shown quite yet. And they're going to fall into that trap of we're down 2-0 if they don't kind of amp things up a little bit. So it's going to be difficult to dig out of.
Yeah, will they be able to, you know, meet that challenge and actually be able to, you know, because right now it looks like Olympic has just been handling business. 4-1 here in game 2. And, you know, Palisades backs against the wall. But I feel like I said, a lot of teams tonight have been showing heart, and Palisades definitely is a squad, and I feel like they can do it as well.
Had the opportunity here, but couldn't quite finish. Was apparently C-Dub. A log already up for that one, though, and finds the back of the net here. So not so fast here. They're back within 2.
There's a little light there at the end of the tunnel. Keep going, Palisades. We're going to have to put up a couple more goals. But still, 1:08, which is still plenty of time here in Rocket League. It might not seem that way when you're watching, but when you're playing, it's definitely a long time.
This kickoff going to favor Palisades as well as they won it backwards. Try to create a chance off the bat. I don't blame them. 1 minute left. You know, you have to create chances quickly, and that's one way to do it. As that shot will be taken as well, but handled by the Olympic defense. And now chopped across. They need to get to it, but they can't. This shot was there, but challenged nicely by Nick. Right back on it now is K Loves You as he holds on, but it'll be Nick to clear back out of the zone. Now look out. Good challenge there before Dabin can settle.
Yeah, and there's Log, and there's your shot. There's actually a pass, but great play by Olympic at getting that one out of there. Great save.
Ginger right back down the field. Challenged him on the other side. Keep it up. Dabin, the shot. What a save. Nick trying to keep it there and locked and loaded. But the Log had different ideas. Good patience, trying to throw a head fake in there as well. Trying everything, throwing everything at this Olympic team. But they need to strike through. That shot, another save from Ginger. So no matter how dangerous this offense looks from Palisades, they just couldn't quite break through.
Yeah, they got to score absolutely right now. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. The ball has to do is just touch the ground, and we'll be going on to the next one.
So 2-0 lead here from Olympic. Is on one of the biggest stages. Actually, it's the biggest stage
It's the
we've been on.
biggest
Yeah,
stage. Absolutely.
And they've been great, right? They've been performing. Olympic has been that team, and they have a lot to prove in a number 3 team. So, I mean, they continue to prove that they're a solid showing.
Absolutely. Like I said, Olympic flying under the radar, but not so much.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be doing some Valorant here momentarily. We'll see if we stick with this one game. And we will move in eventually to that the Valorant title like we saw. So if you're confused, we'll be moving there here momentarily. But again, Olympic, that number 4 team, continues to impress. They got a chance here from Palisades to really challenge them here and maybe keep their momentum and amp them up a little bit too, because you want a challenge early to get you going. So that way when you hit the semifinals matchup, you hit the finals matchup, you've seen a tough team to handle, and if you advance, that'll give you a better challenge.
Right. You've been there, done that. We've already faced some tough teams. This is just another one. Let's get through it.
No doubt about it. We're going to take a quick break here as we are going to prepare for Valorant, but don't go anywhere. You're watching the CMS Esports Sim League. Welcome back to the CMS Esports in STEM League. A new title means a new friend. We welcome Hell Monkey Man here to the conversation. Hell Monkey Man, how have you been?
I've been fantastic. It is a madhouse out there, and it has been so fun to be at this venue. I cannot describe the amount of parents, players, students, people that are just having a great time. And, of course, we love all of you for being out here for the CMS Esports STEM League, and it's been a great time. It's time to switch games, though, here, Bear.
That's right, which is crazy because typically when we get together, it's typically Rocket League.
Yeah, it was weird.
So we change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess we got
Now
it.
we're on to the Valorant world, which apparently is one of those popular games that has been released these days. I don't know if you've heard about it, but listen. These kids have, and you'll see that firsthand. We got the #1 team coming in, Hail Monkey Man. It's Butler coming up against this Myers Park team, a number 9 team on the other side, which also technically is an underdog statement. But we have Rams, Monk, Can't Teach, Saturn, and a Mupkipo here to round out the Butler roster.
The last time that this team, the Bulldogs, were able to actually have a struggle bug was in week 1. Went 13-10. That was against a team that's not even here. But this team in particular, fantastic. But we're going to switch over to Myers Park, the good old MP. Maybe they'll be MVPs as we go into this first quarter final of the day. Both these teams are going to fight hard to be able to claim that semifinal position.
No doubt, and it was, of course, Myers Park that beat Garinger in the play-ins, and they won a 13-10. So that was a close matchup here. But we always say it, in a best-of-1 scenario here in Valorant, Hail Monkey Man, it's always so cutthroat, right? It matters what map you land on, which makes the map ban process even more so important.
Yeah, and that's why we're ending up on Ascent. Because if you wanted a neutral site, if you wanted a map that literally everyone has played, well, guess what? Ascent is what we will be ascending to for these playoffs. So this is going to be a fun one. This, of course, will be a difference between do we rock the meta, which has changed maybe just a little bit since the beginning of the year, or do you go with a pocket pick? Do you go with something like a Reyna, which it does look like Sacrifice is going to be moving over into to be able to just get a bit of aggression, because Ascent is one of those, hey, we can paint this with the meta. We're going to be able to bring your double initiators. You can get your Killjoy, which would definitely be over there with Zaylor, but otherwise, you're going to paint it up with a lot of smokes. And in difference of smokes, look at the controller diff here with the Astra and the Omen facing off.
That's a good combination to have here in Ascent, but they're going up against that Reyna. Oh, what a statement it is for, Sacrifice to come out here and rock an agent who you have to convert, right? You have to get those kills. Otherwise, her kit can be a little bit useless. So once you get those kills, though, ever so powerful. That's a statement here. Being on land and having that confidence, super cool. You also see the KJ match on the other side, too, with Kane and Ram locking in Phoenix, who's had a return recently into the game of Valorant after a long time being away from the game.
There's a lot of people running away from him. They're like, I don't have anything after I die. Well, I don't want to even play this guy anymore, and then throws away the toy under the bed. This time around, though, on attack Myers Park. On defense, it will be Butler, and Butler looks like they're going for a lot of ego checks. They got a Reyna, they got a Phoenix, and they got a lot of attitude that are going to try and bring with it, with that Astra, looking to control the field with the entirety of that Cosmic Divide. Who will be stars and who will be the dirt? We're going to find out. It's going to be match #1.
Man, Butler starting off on this defensive side here, and they'll have a clear, advantage here on paper. But will that translate? And I think we'll get a sneak peek, obviously, in Pistol Round. But for those of you who don't are tuning in for Valorant for one of the first times ever, I mean, that's not going to determine everything. It's a good starting point. Yeah, your econ becomes a little bit buffed, which means better weaponry, which also means more util that you can use as well. So, I mean, starting off with this defensive side here for Butler, you'll get a sneak peek early, but we'll have to let the play kind of develop over time before we see some real sneak peeks.
And you only have one true Opper-type agent in this current 10-man composition facing off on both sides. You do have the Jet on the side of Myers Park. I don't know if we're going to actually see a lot of that mid-dueling going on here in Ascent. I think we're going to be trying to run it down straight into main side. It does look like we're going to run it straight into it, but it's going to be Ramza. He already grabs a 2K. That's first blood here on round 1.
Phoenix coming out with the hot hands and landing one, but Sacrifice going to try to get that one back to you. As he's got a couple lined up. We'll pick up one. We'll heal as well. No, we'll amp up a little bit too, and we'll slide right out of view. Unharmed. Myers Park fell quickly as Butler jumps in to Sacrifice, popping up, showing that confidence is a real thing here with that Reyna with 3Ks.
Sacrifice, named for the people that will be at the other end of their gun, not for themselves, who is not going to fall. They get a dismissal, and they're able to get in, get out, get on with their life, grab a 3K, and get done with the day. Round #1, the pistol grab by the Bulldogs, and what a read, too. They put both of their duelists. There is no long-term composition when it comes to the Killjoy Killjoy or extra util off of the Astra as well with Butler. When they put both of them there, they're basically like, you know what? If they're coming over here, this is our party. This is where you got to come and fight. But Myers Park, it does look like they're leaning out into a 4-1, and they're going to have, I think, the chirp of the sentry drone, or rather the turret, hanging out in mid, and there's going to be a lot of just mid-peak, seeing if they can get maybe some bait or at least some movement over to B.
Because what the attack is thinking at this point is perhaps we go mid, right? Or typically that's the mindset, because it might be open a little bit. A side seemed pretty shut down overall, but they have the 2 duelists on that side. Why not? We're going to try B a little bit, but you also see right off the bat the Ares popping through here, through walls, trying to tag anybody. They know that it's lined up for B, and they're trying to jump in and really make a difference early.
Yeah, this is going to be a couple of extra reads. You do have the stun coming through as well. That's going to be some easy kills. You got the Spectre. You got a 2K for Wu. Eventually, they are traded out, but not before everyone else in the party has basically exited. The teleport is going to have them move back over. So Butler, again, is starting these Myers Park players, and it's Finite who's meeting a very finite end.
Yeah, that was a quick job that Butler did, but that's to be expected here. After that pistol round loss, you saw that all classic pistols went in for the side of Myers Park.
Right.
And on the Butler side, I clear advantage. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say otherwise. But now you're kind of stuck in this in-between zone with the Spectres, but it's a must-buy-up type of situation in that round 2 for Myers Park, or for Butler, rather. And so now they're kind of stuck in between, whereas Myers Park is going to attempt to full buy here with some Phantoms and some Vandals on the board.
This is a very, very healthy bonus round. In case you are very brand new to Valorant, so am I. Not really. I've done this for like a year and a half. But regardless, I know. But this is when you can be able to really give your economy, which is, you know, poor in the United States, but pretty strong right here for the side of Butler, to really exist for longer. I love the combo. Sacrifice goes in for the immediate first contact, especially with the hot hands being put down. Sacrifice grabs another one. Who are they sacrificing on the altar? Who must pray to the Empress Goddess? Finite waiting on the trigger discipline, letting them go by. Can they get a double trade? They're able to grab at least one, but all of the cheeky sneakiness does not pay off, and everyone, they just watch their team die.
Yeah, I mean, the damage was done at the prior ends of that rush there, as the 1-2 punch there from the Reyna Phoenix was absolutely outstanding. That being said, the trigger discipline great. Would love to see Finite convert that, because at least you're forcing their hands. You're saying, if I run into this 2v1 situation against their 2 duelists and I can walk away with that win, then maybe we have some confidence. Maybe we can actually approach this Butler team and make a bit of a difference. Instead, they're left spending, or rather saving here for this round number 3.
There is saving. There's a kind of a tiny Spectre that's also hanging out in there. So you saw a lot of Sheriffs, you saw a Ghost, you saw some half shields, and so pretty much this is an eco round, except someone, I don't know if they sold it, they have a Spectre at the top end, but they are having the top of the KD realm for Myers Park. Myers Park has not picked up a round, and they may not pick up this one either, because it is very rough for them. They have 2K for sacrifice before they are put to the ground, and this could be an upgrade. Now, it is up to Rams, who does know they're going to pressure to try and get this rifle, and they're waiting for maybe the double hit, but there is no one sneaking quickly over to A. Instead, they do throw the blind, and they will try to pressure over the tree, but they're actually starting to get squeezed in from both sides. They're stuck in this cubby hole.
Yeah, I mean, dark cover not allowing them to advance forward either. So they're going to be trapped, as now you see Kane waiting patiently there. We're able to see Ram going through a couple of kills. Oh, my hand was able to get one, but that's all they're able to get here, too, as it'll be Butler up 4-0.
And Rams, they were able to get the awesomeness of that run it back, so they basically didn't have to deal with even worrying about dying. They just kind of stuck all the way back. Let's look at the differential here. You do have 8-2, 8-1. The 2 mighty duelists, double duelists for Butler, are proving that they belong in their role, and everyone else is still trying to catch up from Myers Park. Now, it is the first 4. You're sitting in a rough first third of your first half. I don't know if that makes it a first sixth, whatever. If we go full 24 rounds, that's quick math. But this is your recovery period. If we do not see Myers Park at least challenged to bring down more than just one player of Butler, they can't get this round. It could be tremors for the rest of this first half.
It certainly can. Also, I mean, the quick math here, if anybody's going to pull it off, it's obviously going to be you. That was accurate. That was right on point and super quickly. Those 8 kills that are shared by the 2 duelists, Butler, by the way, happened in 2 rounds, right? Because they just lasered them down. And so the A site off limits for Myers Park. We're going to go back to B here and with the full 5 push as well. And so we'll see if they can handle it, as Jet was already tagged for about a third of their life, although they will get some heals here from the growth here from the Sky.
Yeah, that's actually the difference between having non-healer versus healer. You do have Ramza and Wu who are just pinching them in from either side. You do have Kneel before me getting traded out as Wu does eventually drop a cane, and all their gadgets still exist for a long, long time. Ghost in hand, trying to chase Finite, and at least makes it to sight. We haven't even seen this part yet. A quick whip around the boxes. They're looking for a hot spray down, but they are too blind to be able to find anything else. Sacrifice will come in late, but they come in strong. And again, so far, per round, this is actually the most we've seen Butler drop 2 players. 2. They need to be forced off the map. Otherwise, Myers Park, look at this. They're stuck in this suffering cycle.
Yeah, and it's been Finite, the ones that's been actually opportunistic here. I know he got hold my hand behind with 2 kills, but those 3 kills came in big moments. So if Finite can find the right moment to strike a few times, the trigger discipline's been good. Would like to see him get back to work here, but I mean, Butler has been the dominant side here. The 5-0 mark proves it, and in this best-of-1 scenario, definitely not the start you want for Myers Park. But listen, you've got a few things working for you. They are going to challenge A, like I said, was off limits here. They're going to have to really perform. Maybe they saw something in the last round that leads them to believe that this is an option.
Oh, they were trying to fight against the Guiding Light, and then they put the Leer out there as well, but Sacrifice has really been unpunished about hard checking in any of these corners. The Blaze Storm is up. Kneel before me. They need to create some space. They're looking for at least a couple of targets. They see one up on top of Jenny and Heaven, and they're going to have to at least take a step forward, but they are hard blinded by this Nebula. Now they're split on either side of it. They're short. They have pistols. They got shorties. They basically have anything that you want to go to Walmart and a coupon and pray that it at least is at least equivalent to the lethality of a super soaker. But Myers Park, they're still sticking with it. They're not going to hard read away, and now that it allows Butler to encroach up mid if they want to, but they're very disciplined about staying back.
And I love the Astra on the Butler side as well, not only dropping, the Nebula here as you see the push through now, and now's the time to strike, but Sacrifice has got all 3 of them. Knock them down, line them up, put them down into the grass. 3-0, hold my hand gets 1, but it's a 4K from Sacrifice, and Butler up to 6-0.
Ooh, this is something that you don't want. You don't want a Reyna that's feeling comfortable, that has an Empress all the time for free, and the timeout's coming in a big way. Myers Park has been unable to force anything through the first half of this first half. I talked with a bunch of UK people. They call that a quarter, but 24 rounds is not guaranteed. So fast maths are happening. It's still big maths. Look, I almost had a math major like 14 years ago. That's a long time ago. But we go into this one. It's been really tough struggle bug right now for Myers Park to be able to just make it past the first contact. You have either a very smart Sova that is just able to kind of run you down, and they're working in tandem alongside their Killjoy, gadgets, recon. It's just a total control.
Astra too.
Yeah, I know that in the Astra. And so as soon as now you know everything, they're like, okay, boop, let's drop stars on it, and no one's getting through. And that's just B. A then has, what, a total of at least 20 kills between 2 people on site A? I don't want to go there. I'm surprised that, or maybe not surprised, I think into this next half of the first half, next quarter, we need to be seeing challenges into mid, to marketplace, some kind of movement to take away that space and divide and conquer.
There's a reason why it's cliche, right? Yeah. We talk about Ascent all the time. You have to have mid control. I mean, that's a fact here. And for them to not be in the conversations of challenging that has been difficult to watch. Of course, trying to go through that A side difficult as well. But that 13-1-1 mark, I mean, it just absolutely stands out.
It does. Oh my goodness. Like, look, I am beside myself. Some people, they get like stank face when they're really like enjoying themselves, like, oh, because that's just nasty. I'm like chuckling because that is fantastic. You want that kind of duelist on your side. 23 kills between Sacrifice and their awesome Phoenix. But you're going to have the Pathfinder, the Tasmanian Devil are going to run onto site. This is actually the most amount of space that they've been able to take here on the site B. They're going to be able to get a kill. They do get rid of Monk. Rams is still going to be able to take out their healer, and Wu just the same. We're even Stevens, 3-3. Make it 2. Myers Park losing bodies very, very quickly, but they're evening up just as much as they're hitting the floor, and now this is calmed down. They do have sight. For once, it looks like they're getting a plant.
They got it. It'll go down. That's only step number 1, right? So you're going up against their Reyna. Of course, we know the damage that they've been able to do, and they've been able to rotate so quickly, too. They take the challenge, though, and you're able to take one out, so it's left to the Reyna in the 1v2 situation with the Leer out. Guess what? Didn't even need the Leer. Instead, they're going to have the KO mono, E-mono, one-on-one around the box. Sacrifice gets the job done, and we'll get the defuse to make it 7-0.
That Empress is so unfair. You go full invis. It's not the half kind of, I still see you kind of ghost invis. It is just a little peek, and the robot has no idea what's coming at him, but for once, off of pressure. It was a buy round as well. Myers Park is able to limit them down to just one player, but what a player it has to be. Sacrifice, who now has racked up 15 kills. They use the ultimate that they've been finding nearly every 2 rounds or so, and it continues to be the suffering cycle. Now, we go into it. You do have loser credits, and we do see a buy up. They're not buying for next, they're buying for right now because Myers Park has a chance to get this 7-5 if they simply find Pater here.
No doubt. Well, Butler's looking to go next because right now they have been on a mission since the get-go. And now where do you go, right? You have to try mid, but, I mean, that's been shut down too as well. They haven't tried it as much as I'd like to see, but that will be the mission here as you see the default play here on the attack, as they've had enough of just storming in and getting absolutely ramsacked because of it. Now they're going to wait and try to find some intel. Maybe get Butler a little bit antsy, right? Maybe jump out of their comfort zones too. But, I mean, there's no out of the comfort zone if you're Sacrifice. You find those kills, and that's on Finite nonetheless. One of the better players here from Myers Park as the Guiding Light will try to get the Phoenix, but he returns the favor with a curveball and got one instead. And now we'll try to go Cubby. Does get them as well, but Ram finally taken down, but the damage has been done.
You need Neil before me to be able to go out and get that trade a little bit earlier because they could have actually protected their compatriot who was stuck in the corner. It was throwing the dog, throwing the Guiding Light, and hoping that eventually they would just look at all the util and they maybe could hop away. But they just got stuck. They knew exactly what they were. But from all those reads, you should be giving some pressure up into it, not just waiting until they're going to flick, grind, and kill your last teammate who's left on the map. And great positioning into Wine. Sacrifice getting super clever, even if all these rounds continue to look the same because it still comes up W's for Butler. They're still getting at least creative on their side of the map. And there's been no need to flip. Look at this read. They're going to hard tunnel into Cubby and try to take some immediate contact over into tiles.
Well, if you're here right now cheering on Myers Park, it's probably not the round that you are looking ahead for. You know, you're looking for maybe a round after this on their save round. Although you do see now a peek out from the Marshall there from Neil. Ooh, besides that little bit of a slower trade last time or opportunity that it is, I mean, it's been pretty good overall, especially in the late half of rounds. But the problem is we haven't seen them play in the late rounds very often. And so you haven't had that chance to shine in those clutch moments. But they do have 3 ults in hand, and that's probably about the only, bright light that we see from this team.
Run it back, use, curveball out. Rams is just going to be used to basically get some intel. Finite does find them, and so that does tell them that they were extended all the way up into that Cubby onto Wine, but now they're still stuck because the Nebula, the stagger of using those stars, is very much just halting them at the door. But we're going 8-0 right now. Butler they've been able to respond, be able to rotate over and just kind of take them down. We do have a mid run. They're going to go into mid fountain, see if they can get any picks, but this is an easy read. You can see where they're all running over to, and this is just going to be a 1-for-1. They're just going to shadow them all the way from one side of the map to the next. So as they run it through, you have an Odin in the hands of a Sova. If I've ever seen a date that has been seen before, well, that's it. Trying to be able to get one right off the cuff. They get rid of the sentry turret. Neil before me down. Sacrifice taking out Sailor, and you're down to 1 Australian and not a place they want to be.
Got one at least. That's going to be all they get as the Odin comes through and will power down. So, I mean, as wise as Myers Park is trying to be here and find that intel, they just can't find it. And Butler comes back twice as hard. Every little strategy they're trying to jump out to, they can't get to it.
Yeah, this has been kind of rough for them. So 9-0 Butler Bulldogs. Remember when I talked about in week number 1, they went 13-10. I believe it was to CLTV, CCTV, whichever one of those. They were able to get that win. It took them a while. It took 23 rounds. Since then, the most amount of rounds they went to, 3. 13-3. Wow. They were able to limit their opponents in a big way. This is starting to look a little bit like deja vu.
Yeah, it seems to be the case, and this is a big reason why. I mean, you start off on the defensive side of Ascent, which definitely favors them, but you see the Odin and a Little Mug trying to break through. The Altrone just going to confirm that every single member of Myers Park is committing full blast here. We'll jump into the Nebula as well, trying to find anybody who might be sneaking there. And the Guiding Lights will not catch Wu, though, as he's going to have to retreat all the way through Market. And Neil as well hanging there through the Cloudburst, was able to get on site, but then taken out was Rand. On the other side, Kane still hanging here too. Neil back down. And it will be a 2-for-2 trade here, but Myers Park still down in numbers here at the 2v3 mark.
Trying to be able to win that duel from distance. You have a 1v3, make it none. That's going to be Hold My Hand, who is now just kind of down to Knuckles. But that's going to be 10 in a row, and that's Butler just currently dominating in this quarterfinal.
They've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, it's been all season long. And so sometimes it'll change in land, but it's just this time around, it seems like they carried that same prowess. And sometimes skill level of that degree will just prove itself no matter what the environment might be.
Yeah, and also, in case you guys did not know, we are also having current quarterfinals going on for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, if you need to know which version. And it's going to be number 1, Myers Park, that has defeated number 9, Hopewell, in that round. So they are moving on into the semifinals. So all these brackets are moving right along, and everyone's trying to vie for that awesome Day 2 Saturday.
Yeah, and it seems like, you know, the teams that should be getting the job done have been. And so they've been really strong up until this point. No surprise that Myers Park is definitely working through the Smash side. We'll see if that continues into tomorrow, which we'll actually get to share the booth with as well here momentarily.
It's going to be a wild one. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to be able to see all the Smash that's going down, because I don't know whose mains is what, but I'm sure there's some people that want to do the heavies and the floaties and the kick jump guys. I don't know. Look, I'm going to bring all the extra tech value tomorrow. Today is not that, no.
On that note,
on that one,
we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. More Valorant after this quick break.